destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea in American history. There's never been anything like it, and I think most would agree. I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states, and loving states where education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first time in 3,000 years peace to the Middle East, and secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead. Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our Treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast. Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22% and in many states 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now, under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast. Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly. And it's not done yet, but boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember that. The wages, just look at it. Wages are going up much faster than inflation. How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history, and 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national security. Much of this success has been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore. Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen, AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now, we're the hottest country anywhere in the world, and that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history that were really accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend. In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward, and I used the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction. They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called Most Favored Nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, TrumpRx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on.
All right, so that's the mega address by U.S. President Donald Trump, detailing and highlighting Biden-era blunders. Let me go across to consulting editor Srinjoy Chaudhary for more on this. Srinjoy, take us to what Donald Trump has said. He has also once again claimed that he has solved 8 wars. He has hailed the big and beautiful bill and also crediting tariffs for the growth of the United States.
There are really 3 points the president has made. The first relates to wars, and we've heard this before, that he's ended many wars. He's brought peace to the world. Now, at this time, he hasn't really said which wars he's ended. He has, of course, in the past talked about India and Pakistan, something India had fiercely denied. And there are wars that are still going on, though he's said that he's ended them, one being between Congo and Rwanda, the other Cambodia and Thailand. Both of these are there seem to be stuff going on there. Secondly, and quite rightly, he wants to reduce healthcare costs in America. And he has started this process. Now, whether it will work, whether it won't work so well, we don't know as yet. But what we do know is that at this point, health costs have to come down for Americans, and this is an absolute imperative. He is trying to do that. He is speaking with insurance companies. He is trying to ensure that that medicines become cheaper in America. Now, if this works, he will get enormous praise, because this is something that's worrying a lot of Americans. That apart, he has spoken about tariffs, which is his favorite word, as he said, in the English language. And as far as tariffs are concerned, he believes that tariffs is making America richer again. He believes that the trade balance will improve as a result of the tariffs, and at least the relationship, the trade relationship between America and China will become more positive, because China has this huge trade balance, and he believes that if he tariffs China and many other countries, as you know, India and Brazil face a 50% tariff, that if that happens, America will benefit. As far as tariffs are concerned, we have to see how that goes, because the one thing that tariffs has created or caused is more inflation. There are steps that Trump is taking to bring that down, but nevertheless, tariffs will create economic problems, and he believes that it will not. So really, three issues here. One, pharmaceuticals, very welcome step. Tariffs, which he's spoken about before, and the jury is still out. And third, the wars, which he believes he has ended. He again spoke about ending 8 wars. This time, he didn't mention which ones. But nevertheless, that's not something the world seems to agree with him about.
Absolutely. And he said that tariff is his favorite word, and that is the reason there's a growth in the United States. Thank you so much, Srinjoy, for getting us all those details.